You're live.
We are live.
Live?
Thank you, Claire. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big Family Homestead. Has Sunday Night Live.
You said Saturday.
Sunday Night Live. Sunday Night Live. Explosions and craziness and bats and cats flying through the air. They're just happy to be here. Now, I got to tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you are ready for another exciting and soon-to-be classic edition of the Big Family Homestead presents Sunday Night Live. Yay! Yay! We have got more than just stuff. Oh, no.
Oh,
We've got stuff and things and information galore. We've got games. Christa made a piñata and a cake. Those parts are not true.
no.
Those parts are not true. But we got stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say hi to some people, Mama. Why don't you go ahead and say hello to some folks?
Real. I gotta fix the chat.
The chat, your
The
chat
chat.
is not chatty.
It's not.
I see Going Batty, Katie. Hey, Katie.
Mike DeFazio, Babs, the music well, going Batty, out of Goshen, Rosalind Yoder, Mama Hubbard,
Hey, Mike
Amy
Miller.
McMurr, Robin, I'm not even going to attempt to say her last name. I will butcher it. Jasmine, Nikki, Mike Miller, how you doing?
Hey, guys.
Claire's here. Oh, wait, she's over there.
Vicky, Living Like Claire Baker, Mom Becky. Hey, Nutrition Prepper, Sister Deb Lewis, Homesteading the Pioneer Way. Mama Hubbard. Oh, and we cannot forget the Weekend Homestead. And all who are here, we say welcome to you. Thank you for taking some time to come share in our silliness. And we have a lot of it.
Yep.
So here's the scoop. What we've got, we're figuring what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and go over a few things, and then we're going to do our channel shout outs. But don't do those just yet. Just
Right.
hold on.
Just wait.
So let's go ahead and talk about that first there, Mama.
Spring is here. Finally.
Finally.
But there's still snow on the ground, but it was 60 degrees today.
And half of the snow that was on the ground this morning is gone.
Yeah.
It's melted. It's melting.
Yeah.
It's causing all kinds of havoc here, there, and everywhere, but it's still much better than
Oh, yeah.
having snow everywhere.
It was so delightful being outside today.
Well, what did you do? They don't know
Well,
that. They don't have
okay.
ESP.
Okay, so what I did this afternoon after church, after lunch, I sat down to crochet something, and I'm like, it's cold in here. I'm going to go sit outside. Sat out, took a lawn chair out there, sat on the deck, and just enjoyed the afternoon crocheting, watching the kids play out in the snow and the mud. And
ATVs.
oh yes, Jonathan and I took a little ride to the town to fill up the gas tanks, and that was fun.
Yeah. I rode ATVs, shoveled snow, worked on getting the garage pumped out, and then I crashed on the floor in a nap-like status.
He needed a nap.
I needed a nap.
He was being bad. No.
Bad.
No, he was not.
This
well,
has been
when children are bad, they take a nap.
Well, I need that more than I'll be naughty far more often. That makes perfect sense. So I get out of doing some chore that I don't want to do anyway, and then I get to go take a nap?
Yeah.
I love that idea. No, it's just been a long week.
Yeah.
It's been a rough week.
It's been long.
But you know what? Those things are just things. It's just stuff. Life happens.
Yeah.
But today was a great spring day.
Yes.
And, oh, hey, little homestead, Franklin, North Carolina. How are you doing? So the chickens, I think, our chickens in our coop. They might be even more excited about spring than we are.
Oh my goodness. We let them out yesterday, and they were just clucking and scratching and pecking at all the little stuff, and we found a few things while they were out there. They found a few things while we were out there. It was quite hysterical, actually.
Oh, they're scratching. They're finding little bits of metal and this and that. And you'll see in the video that we'll probably either put out tomorrow or the next day that they found some interesting things.
Yeah. Yeah, and really quickly too. It was really strange.
Well, they're pecking at the snow, and they're just happy.
Yeah.
They don't even care that it's muddy.
No. I think yesterday there was a patch of grass. It was 5 by 6, and they were all in a circle, just scratching away, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, so the chickens were super happy. Now, here's the thing. You guys know that we've been struggling with water issues with the home. We are going to make a big effort not to talk about it a lot.
Right.
And the reason why is I don't want it to become a source of bitterness for us, because it's just stuff.
Yeah.
We're dealing with these things day by day by day as they come down the pike. And we feel like we should share with you guys some of these things that are happening. But folks ask so many questions about, you know, are you going to do this or are you going to do that? And I don't want to dwell on it.
No.
I want to just deal with the issue as we can. And right now, there's not a lot we can do about it. We've got a plumber coming on Wednesday. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep getting the water out, and then we're going to deal with it as we go.
Right.
But, so you probably won't hear us talk a whole lot more about it.
No.
Other than if we're still dealing with it, or if we have a solution and we share what we did with you.
Right.
So, other stuff. Christa's been making some things. She's been a crocheting beast. A beast who crochets things.
Yes. Well, it's a good way to pass the time and, you know, be productive.
Well, you asked to have this point on the map.
Okay, it's so what am I making? Well, I got an email from a friend of ours and over at the Two Family Homestead, and she asked if I could make her one of these little koozies. So I did. I made 2 little koozies. She likes purple, so I made them. The glasses won't go with, but I put the glasses in there just so that you could see what it looks like. It's really, really cool.
So is that all you have crocheting right now?
No, last Sunday I showed the beginnings of the shawl I was making for Hope.
For Hope, yeah.
And this is where it's at so far.
Hey guys, we will talk about the goat. Yeah. Don't worry about it. We've got a schedule here though.
It's gotten a lot bigger now.
So there you go.
Yeah.
That is craftiness managed.
Right.
So other stuff. Now here's the thing. One of the things that we did want to do, you know what? I'm going to pause. We're going to go right now. We're about 13 minutes into the video, the live yumminess. And now is time for channel shout outs. Okay. This is the time in the show where you are allowed not only to mention your channel name, but go ahead and shamelessly plug your channel name, or whoever you're listening to, whoever you're watching. Go ahead and type. And Christa will do her best to keep up, and we'll do that for a couple minutes. So start to say who you're watching, who you're listening to, and on your mark, get set, go. So who do we have? Who are you listening to? Mommy Saurus.
Hubbard Homesteadish. 50 Ducks in a Hot Tub. Hewitt Homestead. Living on a Dime. Out of Goshen. The Frey Life. Babbitt in the Garden. Small Wood Homestead.
Oh, cool.
Arms Family Homestead, Old Alabama Gardener, Erica's Homestead and Family, Out of Goshen, Texas Boys, Homesteading the Pioneer Way, Deep South Homestead, Wholesome Roots, Cat Lover, Jane All Zero, New Tutor, Pratt Family, Boss of the Swamp, Living on a Dime, Guildbrook Farm, Rain Country, Pretty Family? Is that a new channel? I don't know that one.
Beltane College, The Weekend Homestead, King of Random, Dancing and Farming, or the Farming. Dancing Farming, Dolphin Gamer, Appalachia's Homestead, Starry Hilder, Texas Boys, Starry. Off. Out of Goshen.
The Elliott Homestead, Southern Style Homestead, Off Grid Nation, Art and Bree, Parsnips and Parsimony, Cobb Hill, Guildbrook Farms, The Gaming Penguin, Alderman Farms.
The Resistance Chicks.
Oh, where? Did you see that?
I think our feeds are a little bit off.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, well, you guys keep typing, but I'm going to go ahead and jump in now and tell you what our pick of the week is for our channel shout out. And do you want me to talk first about it?
Sure.
Okay, this channel that we're going to give a shout out to is a longtime friend, over a year.
2 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she has a channel that we really were interested in back when we first started learning all the homesteading stuff, because she had a lot of videos on canning.
Yep.
And was very knowledgeable about canning, and over time we got to be friends. And ultimately we ended up doing Thrive Life with them, and that is Linda's Pantry.
Yep.
She is an amazing woman.
Yeah, super sweet, just as as kind as anybody could be. You know, she's just awesome.
And she always goes out of her way to help other folks.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of change going on in her life, and now would be a great time that if you are not subbed, go ahead and open up a new tab, jump on over there. It's Linda's Pantry, and I'll tell you what, she has got some powerful recipes.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of cooking.
Oh, she makes some of the most delightful dishes. And I asked her where she learned these. She just makes them up. I mean, it's just, she learned from the time when she was younger just to start cooking, and things just flowed from her. It was awesome. Yes is awesome.
That's the only one we use anymore now.
That's the only one I use, yeah.
Yep. So Linda's Pantry, we salute you. We thank you for who you are, because you're awesome, and we hope that a lot of people jump over there and sub her channel.
Definitely.
So, okay, we're going to go ahead and put an end to the shameless plug section of the evening. But before we are completely out of the woods there, I like to go through and read the comments that we have, like through a week.
Yeah.
We don't have time to answer every comment, but what we do, I do, Scout's Honor, read every one.
Yes.
I read every one, and so sometimes if I feel like, boy, I really need to answer this one, I'll take the time and do that. So don't feel like we're slighting you if your comment is not answered. Try again. It just could be that it didn't work out time-wise.
Right.
But once in a while, when you get a comment that is really nice.
Oh yeah, just an encouraging note or just something really funny is,
we write them down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so, henceforth, we have a comment that was pretty awesome. And this comment came in our video about can't catch a break. And it was really a lot about what we were doing about the flooding in the garage. And more specifically, I think that this comment came out of my realization that I'm standing in water with an electrical pump that's not a submersible pump.
Excuse me.
That's not a submersible pump. And it actually fell into the water before I had a chance to plug it in, and then we had to take it and dry it out. And then I came back down there, and I was getting ready to plug everything back in, and I just had this moment where it was like, this is probably a really bad idea. I'm standing in water.
With this, how many watts of power was that?
Oh, it's a lot. It wouldn't matter, because whenever you plug it into the wall, you're going to get everything you need. So the comment came from that specific moment, I believe, and it came from a channel, or their handle, their YouTube handle is Two Sparrows Homestead. So Two Sparrows Homestead said this about that video: Brad, you remind me of Clark W. Griswold from the National Lampoon's Vacation movies and Christmas Vacation. So the comment again was, Brad, you remind me of Clark W. Griswold. For that, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. I couldn't get a better compliment.
No.
And it's perfect. It's really perfect.
Very perfect. Very suited. And I want to say thank you for your gift. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Why don't we talk a little bit about, or you start talking about the journey we've been on with poor Petunia.
Poor Petunia. Well, she went down Tuesday.
Yep.
And I mean, it was to the point where I thought she was gone. And we talked to a vet friend of ours. They said, okay, do this, this, and this. And she is perked up. She's not 100% yet, but she is getting there. She is, I mean, she's eating, she's drinking, she's
moving around.
She
won't stand up yet.
No, she's not standing up, but she is moving around.
She'll scoot herself.
Yeah, so she's getting there, and I'm kind of afraid that, you know, she's been down so long that she might not get back up, but
tomorrow the plan is keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get her up.
Yeah, we're gonna get her up and get her walking.
Get her moving around.
Yeah. Not for too long because we don't want to take all of her energy away. And,
Right.
You know.
Well, and one of the stinky things is goats are goats, and goats like to climb things, and especially little goats.
Oh.
And the little babies have decided to use her as a climbing mount, and so we had to move her so they didn't do that.
Yeah.
So she's all good to go. We think she's on the mend. We feel good about it.
Yeah.
We've talked to our vet friend. Just said, kept doing what you're doing. You're doing it right.
Yeah.
Oh, you also gave her baking soda too.
Oh yeah, I put baking soda in her food, in her dish. That I put some sweet feed and a little bit of like a powdered it's like ground corn and a mixture of some other things. It's really got high protein. Then with some baking soda in there, and she just gobbled up the baking soda. I think that has really benefited her a lot.
Paula Monahan is asking, does Petunia need a selenium block? We have all that.
We have that, yeah.
Yeah, and we've got all the correct licks and whatnot.
The
correct licks.
Correct licks. That's funny.
Yeah, and also we've got another Tammy Eisenblatter says, hello, Big Family Homestead. When did you start live? If you're asking about tonight, we started at 7, but we've been doing live events for years, but since we moved to Wisconsin, we couldn't because the internet is so bad, and we just kind of figured out a way with the help of one of our moderators tonight, Will, that's his gang sign right there. Will, or you could do it like that. Will, I like this one better. Will, at the Weekend Homestead, he helped us get the phone working to where we could do live streaming. And so we're going to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So back to Petunia. She's doing a lot better. Now I'm seeing there's chatter here about goat polio. And someone was saying, ask a vet about goat polio. Someone here is saying goat polio is a nutritional deficiency that acts like a neurological issue, says Jay Kartner.
Well, she's not having any neurological issues.
No.
I think it's digestion.
BC Truck!
Woohoo!
What's up, brother?
But then there was somebody who said something about after the treatment, the paralysis and blindness can be reversed. Okay, so that's good news. But she's not blind. She can see just fine.
We're not seeing anything that would lean to that kind of an ailment.
No, she's not having any seizures or anything like that. So,
no. And
I know that's a thing with polio. So.
Well, and the B vitamins have really been helping a lot.
Yes, yeah, she's getting lots of that. She's getting the probiotics, baking soda. I give her warm water with molasses in it so that she's getting that good energy.
Yeah, and we'll say this, that we're not the family that is been homesteading and doing goats for our whole lives. There's lots and lots of people out there that do that. We, however, have been at this for probably about 7-ish years now, and I would have to say that one thing that we've been blessed with is the gift of not being so prideful that we won't ask for help or information or, hey, how do you do this? We're very quick to say, we're new.
Yeah.
What can we do?
Right.
And so, believe it or not, you guys help a ton when you make comments and videos, because what happens 9 times out of 10 is I'll go, hey, do you see that comment about such and such? And then we'll start Googling it.
Right.
And learning, is this person really know what they're talking about? Or,
right.
I think you should cram toothpaste in her eye. No, that's a bad idea.
Well, and what's funny is, we talk to 20 different farmers about one particular thing, and they all give you a different answer because those are all the different things that have worked for them. So you really have to just work.
Do your own
thing. Try different things to see what works for you.
Well, but also I would say is we are wise enough to listen to many counselors.
Right.
Where, if you got 10 people that are all saying the same thing, get a B shot, B shot, B shot, B shot, we're probably going to look it up, verify that that's right, and then we'll get her the B shot. But if there's like one person saying get a B shot and everybody else is saying do something completely different, we're probably going to give more weight to the other advice.
Right. Well, now here, Curl Family Vlog says, remove her access to corn for a little bit until she's better. Corn will aggravate it, and because it's nothing but sugar.
That makes sense.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll figure that out.
We'll check into that.
Yeah.
So anyway, Petunia's doing much better. We feel like she's on the mend, and I think that we're gonna tomorrow we'll get her up walking around.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because well, we went over it.
Yep.
I think she's good to go. Okay, so now here's a topic that actually is important to every one of you guys out there. Every single one of you guys, and if you're on YouTube, which clearly you're on YouTube right now, you're watching right now, you are going to want to know about this. And especially channel creators, this affects you even more. And that is that this week, YouTube came out with a video on their content creators channel, because they have a channel where they have content creators and they tell you, this is this and that is that, blah, blah, blah. But one of the things that kind of came out, and it was a very big shock to a lot of people, and they kind of just like went out, here it is flippantly, like no big deal. They basically fessed up and said that if you subscribe to a channel, you click the thing and you said, I want to subscribe to a channel, they openly said that they do not notify all of your subscribers when there's a new video or when there's a live video.
Even if the bell is checked.
Yeah. So they basically just said, look, we have algorithms that figure out your likely viewers, and then we give a percentage of them the notification. And I got to tell you what, from my perspective, being a YouTube user as well as a creator, I don't like that at all.
No.
All the channels that I've subscribed to, I did it for a reason.
Right. Because I wanted to be notified on whether or not they have a new video out. You know, like to keep up with them.
Hey, there's Jennifer. We were talking to her earlier today, and she said she didn't get a notification tonight. Yeah, and they basically were saying that they only take a smattering of your most likely viewers, and they only send it to them. And they were making some lame excuse like you didn't want to get spammed, when it was like, wait a minute. How can that be spam when I'm the one that checked the box saying I want to be notified when this channel goes live?
Right.
And so, but it even goes even further than that. The bell being checked, that's, to me, that's like, you have to. You get, if you guys want to get notified, it's not enough just to subscribe. You got to click that bell that says I want to be notified.
Because it's not an automatic notification. It's not automatic. You have to go out. And when you subscribe to a channel, you have to select that bell, you know, to get notified. It's not automatic. Right.
And one more piece to that puzzle that was interesting, and I don't understand why they would actually do this, but they also said that when there are live events, when it's live and not just a video, they will find who they view as possible likely viewers. And then they'll just go ahead and spam them that has not actually wanted notifications. So in theory, what could happen is a lot of our subscribers didn't get told, but they went ahead and found another channel that was like ours and said, hey, you over there, your subscribers, here's like 5% of them. Let's let them know that you're live. And while that's, I don't think it's the right thing to do. I think it's kind of not a right thing to do.
Right. No.
So it does affect you. And the reason why I'm bringing it up, guys, is because if you don't have the subscribe clicked, that's strike one. You're not going to probably get any, you're not going to get any notifications. But then also, strike two is if you don't have the bell clicked, then you're probably not going to get notifications anyway either.
Well, I wonder, is there a setting in YouTube in your settings? Is there something that you can click to get email notifications? Is that the same thing?
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Kiwi Homestead Wannabe from New Zealand. We were just watching one of those nature channels and all the cool wildlife that's down there.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
That is one place I would like to go.
Oh, there's lots of things that want to kill you in New Zealand.
All the orcs?
No, like oh yeah, the orcs from Mordor. Yeah, no, it's like in Florida. There's a billion things that want you dead.
Yeah. Eh.
A lot of poisonous things in New Zealand.
New Zealand?
That's the best I can do, and it doesn't sound right at all.
That's Australian.
It doesn't sound right at all. So I apologize for my horrible attempt.
Yeah. That's funny.
So YouTube nonsense, mischief managed. One thing that's kind of cool that happened this week actually happened yesterday.
Yes. Something really cool, and it is all because of you guys. We hit 80,000 subscribers yesterday, and it is awesome. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, it's we've been at this for
3 years and 4 months.
Yeah. And the idea was always education, entertainment, and build community.
Right. Exactly.
And so without you guys clicking that subscribe button, dealing with all the YouTube nonsense, dealing with all our silly videos,
right,
without all that, we wouldn't have gotten here. And so we're very, very grateful.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
definitely.
Okay, moving on. Since this is now officially spring here, because it's been spring for you guys elsewhere.
Sorry, I'm frustrated that it's just now spring. It's the end of April, folks.
You know what? Hold on. Pause. Earlier in the live stream, it became known that the comment was that I was reminding people of Clark W. Griswold. So I think it's very appropriate that as we're chatting through this next bit, that you make your best Christmas vacation or National Lampoon's Vacation quote. And I'll start with one of my favorites.
Good, 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 good. That's my favorite.
No, well, that's a good one. But my favorite is, I don't think I could be more surprised if I woke up tomorrow morning and my head was sewn to the carpet.
Keep it family friendly.
Keep it family friendly. That's right.
Yeah, keep it family friendly.
My head sewn to the carpet.
There are a couple of Clark W. Griswold quotes that are not family friendly.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness
So,
gracious.
all right. Well, moving on. You guys make your comments and just keep it clean. It's family friendly show.
Right.
Here's the thing. Since it's officially, yeah, Mike's. Yeah. Okay. Don't look over there now.
I know. I'm not gonna read Tara's comment.
Don't look over there right now. Since it's spring, that brings a whole new life to a lot of different areas of the homestead.
Spring.
And that means that one of the things that we do is we not only plan our garden, but we also go and reanalyze our food stores.
Yep.
What have we gone through during the winter? What have we liked, not liked?
Ugh, hated. Yeah.
But ate.
No, we tasted and let's give that to the dogs or the pigs.
That has to be really
Hot dogs or canned hot dogs.
I think that actually we tried to. They don't know. We tried to pressure can hot dogs, and I don't know why I got that in my head that it was gonna be a good idea.
No, bad idea. The dogs wouldn't even eat it.
Well, the part of the problem I think was that we started out with 99-cent hot dogs.
Okay, yeah, granted, but ew, they're gross.
Yeah, so the
You can pickle hot dogs.
I guess the way that you could describe it best would be rotten bologna that was actually used as shoe leather. About right?
Yeah.
Shoe leather bologna.
Gross.
Yes. Franklin, North Carolina, that's pretty bad when the dogs won't touch it.
Right.
Yep. So.
Yeah, liver lady, Vienna sausages are just that. They're that disgusting too. Ugh.
Well, and usually we are very, very aware of food and how much effort it takes to make it, can it, store it, and so we very rarely will get rid of anything.
No, we will not. It takes
It takes a lot.
Yes.
And so it
really
took
gross.
one halfway nibble for me to go.
All I can say is, poor David.
I don't remember. You
Because
got
David was the one, our oldest son David, who is now in the Army, he was the one that was eating. He started eating it first.
Oh, yeah, he got a mouthful.
And, yeah, I think most of it came back up.
Yeah, it was totally that instant.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Gross.
But I only, I'm looking for gasoline to pour down my tongue. I get the taste off there.
Gasoline.
Yeah. There's only a few things that can remove that
Yeah.
that mark from your face there.
Right. Oh my gosh.
BC Truck says, after a nuclear holocaust, there will be 3 things that survive: cockroaches, hot dogs, and spam.
You are so right.
And if you know anything about BC Truck's channel, first of all, he's got a lot of cool tools, a lot of cool devices, a lot of cool things that he builds. He's a witty guy, but he likes spam.
Oh.
He really actually likes it.
Ugh.
We were debating with
Sorry.
Claire the other day as to whether spam should be in our arsenal of preparedness.
No. No, we raise pigs, we raise cows, we raise chickens. We don't need spam. Ugh.
Spam manna from heaven, he says.
Sorry, BC.
BC, you're on your own.
Yeah, you're on your own.
So, but going back though, this is a time when it's very good to kind of just take stock.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sorry.
I feel like she's Ed McMahon. Yes, sir.
Well, I didn't know where you were going with that, so
That's true. Too true.
Okay, so we go and we just evaluate. We take inventory of what we have downstairs. How many canned tomatoes did we use from last year? Stop.
Sorry.
Shaking his leg, which shakes the entire room. So we take stock of how many tomatoes we used yesterday or last year, how much sauce we used, and we make salsa and we can salsa, but I don't like canned salsa.
It's a way that we don't waste our tomatoes
Right.
and cilantro.
Right. So we will can salsa, but I grudgingly eating. I prefer fresh salsa all day long. So, canned corn, canned green beans. What else do we can? Chicken broth.
Oh, chicken broth saves so much money.
Chicken broth is probably the thing that we can the most. We can, 150 quarts a year? And I cannot wait to get canning some more because, we haven't had the chickens, we haven't processed any chickens since last spring.
Yeah.
And so we're out of broth. We're having to buy broth, and it's just not the same.
Well, and also too, I'm seeing there's a comment about Thrive Life, and we're not gonna linger too long on Thrive Life, but just to add to the conversation, it has changed what we set aside.
What we set aside and what we grow.
Yeah, because the reality is that when you live in an extreme climate, like they call this the Northwoods, where we're at, so there's a lot of things that would grow very well in Ohio that won't grow here at all.
No.
And then there's things that we can't grow here at all that would grow great in Florida or Louisiana. And so when we take stock of what we are getting from Thrive for our free food, items, then we make sure that we get a lot of the stuff that we can't get here, or it's hard to get, or it's expensive to get, or we won't grow, like pineapple.
Yeah, we can't grow pineapple here, but Thrive has a really delicious pineapple.
Yeah.
So
Taking stock of what you got, what's on the shelves, I think it actually makes you more productive in terms of the decision-making process that you go, okay, what do I really need to get on the shelves this year? What can I wait on? What's immediate? What is imperative?
Right. So we're very selective of what we are going to grow. And when we started gardening, we would just plant everything.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then we found out, we don't like this certain thing. So
we planted enough squash to feed a small army.
Oh my gosh, but we love squash.
But it was
but
way
not that
too much. We probably had 1,000 pounds of squash.
Oh yeah, and thankfully the animals loved it. So we would give it to the goats and the cow last summer, and they absolutely loved it. So, was it last summer or the summer before?
Summer before.
Because we didn't plant a garden last year.
It was very light.
Yes.
Because we knew we were moving.
Right.
Captain Jesse asks, Brad, do you like pineapple curry? I have not had pineapple curry, but what curry I have had did not sit well with me. Indian food, I can try a lot of things,
I'm not,
but it just didn't sit well with me.
No, sorry, I don't do curry.
So anyway, did we say how much we actually saved with the chicken broth?
It's several $100s.
Yeah.
Because we use a lot of chicken broth. We make a lot of soups, stews, and gravy.
Oh,
you know.
gravy,
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
gravy. But yeah, we save a couple of $100, every year.
Oh, sorry. I'm distracted by the spam comment again. Okay, so I got to pause here for a sec because this is a story that I think you guys will appreciate. Back when I was doing the Christian rock thing, the youth ministry band, one of the bits we would do is we would, finish up a song and then we would go, who wants to win something for free? Who wants to win something? And the kids would, yeah, I want something free. I want something for free. And then we would play like a little, a quick song that everybody would know, kind of like Saturday Night Live would do, where when the guests would walk out, and they'd play something cool. So we'd play like, Rocky Balboa or some, Eye the Tiger. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
And then we'd bring these kids up, and one of the things that we would do is we would have them do a chug off of ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise. And they would never failed. They would chug that stuff down. But the thing that always, I couldn't believe that it was, they did it, is then we would bring their youth pastor up. And because the kids had already done something a little bit radical, and then we'd be like, who wants to see him eat a can of Spam? and so this poor youth pastor's blindsided because he didn't know it was going to happen. And then they're all like, yeah, and they're just like, I'll take it. And then every time was the same thing. They'd open the can of Spam up and they'd stick the fork in there and they'd go, and it'd be like this gelatinous cube.
Gross.
And then they would play some motivational song and then they would eat like a bite and run off.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Spam brings back
Squirrel.
good memories.
Well, and there was a question asking if you hunt or fish.
Yes.
And yes, we do. This last fall, you didn't have the opportunity to go out hunting, but Jonathan did, and he actually harvested a deer.
Was his first deer?
First deer, first time hunting. So, first time deer hunting, I should say.
Second time in the stand ever.
Yes. And, he's gone out bear hunting and trapping with our neighbor, but deer hunting by himself. He got this deer and it was awesome. It was really, really good.
Yeah. And so we are all about trying to harvest what we can harvest within the legal limits, of course,
Right.
obviously.
Right.
And it's kind of funny because our next door neighbor is a DNR guy.
Yes.
So, and if you don't know what that means, it's the Department of Natural Resources.
Yeah.
And so
You have to obey the laws.
we have to be very careful that we are not disobeying.
Right.
And, and that's the right thing. I mean, they're there for a reason. They're there so that, things don't get over harvested or people doing stupid things, which unfortunately happens.
It happens, yeah.
So, we do as much as we can. Let's talk quickly, not long, because we got a game to get to and we want you involved. But
Hi, Heather. Sorry. Heather just got home from church.
Okay. Thrive Life. As you guys know, we sell Thrive Life freeze-dried foods, and we are very grateful that you support our channel through when you want to get something from that, and we are super, super thankful. And the big sale, they do a sale 2 times a year that is really big, where pretty much everything's on sale.
Yeah.
And the sale that's going on right now ends tomorrow.
Yes.
So if you're wanting to get a good deal and you want to help us out, which we are very, very grateful, then tomorrow's the way that you can do that without having to pay full price.
Right. There are several things on sale. Lots of things on sale. Good sales. I know the whole strawberries are sold out, but
there's a link down below if you want to go through there. But that's the end of the commercial for the sale. But Mama wanted to show you some of these things.
These particular things are not on sale right now, but I think these are fantastic for lunch boxes and backpacks. If anybody, goes hiking or something like that, these are perfect. These are the snacky bags. No, these are the
They're snackies.
No, these are the smaller ones. What are the smaller ones called?
It says snacky.
I know, but they're in a box of 8, and they're single serving size. So this is a half a cup of cranberries, almonds, and coconut bites, and so yummy.
She loves them.
Love them.
Oh, hey, guess what? Who's here? Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin.
What
up? Haven't seen you in a while, Mother. Hey, how about that Greta Van Fleet Band?
Oh my gosh.
They sound identical, Led Zeppelin.
And I don't like Led Zeppelin, and they're pretty cool.
I can't believe how crazy identical they are.
Yeah.
So anyway,
awesome.
We have got quarter till, guys. So we're going to go into super game mode, and we need you to participate because last week we tried this for the first time.
It was so much fun.
And you are going to do your best to read our minds.
Yeah.
We're going to show you on this paper. You need to complete the thought. You need to complete the thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start with Christa. You are going to have to finish her thought, and you have to keep it clean.
Mm-hmm. Family friendly. Please.
If you don't keep it clean, Claire, the mighty troll slayer, is right there, and she will bounce you.
Yep.
So, on your mark, get set. Now you have to finish Christa's thought, and here it is. How many more how many more days of snow can I handle? How many more days of snow can I handle? Oh, and by the way, you get points for creative answers. If it's funny, you get bumped way to the top.
Tracy says -1.
-1 for the win.
Pretty much everybody is saying 0. 3.
3.
365. Dolphin Gamer, that's not nice.
Hey, don't pound on the table.
Sorry.
You told me not to kick the table.
Okay.
30 acres. Mimi for the win.
Yes, 30 acres.
Minus 27 days.
Oh my
Now
gosh.
you guys are getting the hang.
5 degrees Fahrenheit.
You guys are totally getting the hang of it. Honestly, Lord.
If I pull out a white hair for each one, a couple of months maybe.
Oh, wow.
That's creative.
Weird algebra reference.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
No
negative I? Is that an I?
I don't know. Pi was funny. No more days of the devil's dandruff.
Devil's dandruff. That's a good one. Franklin, North Carolina. Only what the Lord puts on her platter. And you know what? That is very true.
That is true. If the Lord makes it snow tomorrow, I will probably cry, but
we'll praise him through our tears. Thank you, Lord.
But I will be grateful that we have a warm house to sleep in. So.
Barn Geek says more than I can. And he lives in Michigan.
Yeah, well, he's still further south than we are.
Oh. All right, so here we're going to start with one for me, and then we're going to go to Christa. Now, you got to keep it clean, people.
Yes.
Party people of YouTube say, oh. All right, so you've got to finish my thought. All right, you ready? What is Brad's guilty pleasure? What is Brad's guilty pleasure? Claire, get ready to block and ban.
Can I comment?
No.
No, because you know.
No.
What is Brad's guilty pleasure? Jelly beans is one of them, but it's not the one I thought.
Ours.
I'm not seeing it.
Bubble gum.
Hey, Catherine, you ought to know. You ought to know, Catherine. Catherine ought to know. Gumballs,
Will, come
chocolate.
on now.
Where does Will say? I didn't see it.
Party in the car.
Oh, jeez. Gumballs going
Jelly
batty.
beans.
I'm going to have to block you, William Wallace.
William Wallace is getting blocked. Ice cream, chocolate, barn geek, raspberry zingers. Those are nice.
Catherine's got it.
Catherine's got it?
Yep.
Hers isn't coming up yet.
Oh, I saw it. She got it.
Which is English Premier League soccer football.
Football. Go!
I love watching soccer. When I was a kid, and I'm sorry, Catherine, for calling it soccer. I just know there are more Americans watching than other folk. And so they wouldn't know, they wouldn't understand. They'd be like, football's not going on right now. What is he talking about? Football.
No. Oh, yep. Mark and Debbie got it. Manchester United.
Man, you.
Yep.
That's right. Well, here's the thing. We love watching soccer. Or I do, rather. But the thing is, it got so expensive because you got to get this thing and that thing and that thing. You got to pay this service.
Right.
That we didn't watch it all this year.
No. And our internet it's pretty cruddy, so
you can't watch it.
And we're not, okay, to get like Dish or DirecTV, it's just really ridiculously expensive. We don't watch TV except for Netflix. And if we got DirecTV, we'd be paying just for soccer. Because I'm not going to let the kids sit down in front of the TV and just veg out.
No, that's not going to happen.
No.
Hey, there's someone here from Japan.
Oh,
hello, Japanese
awesome.
student.
Hello.
So I love the thing about, I know over in Great Britain, England, the teams, the rivalries are insanely, there's even gangs and stuff that go head to head, that we like this team and we don't like that team. And it's really, really intense. And I have never been one for liking a team more than I like players.
Right.
See, because I like Wayne Rooney a lot. And I was a big Man U fan for a long time, mainly because of, Paul Scholes and Giggs and Rooney. And then they went away, and then Rooney was still there. I was like, okay, I'm still a Man U fan. And then he went back. Back to Everton.
Yeah, he went back to Everton.
And so now I'm like, Everton, and yay!
Yeah.
So there is my guilty pleasure. So there you have it. Now, ready? Christa's guilty pleasure. Keep it clean, people. What is Christa's guilty pleasure? And you're not going the same candy route, are you?
No.
Okay.
No.
So what is Christa's guilty pleasure?
I didn't mean to delete that.
I don't know.
Reese's. Sleeping in. I do like that. Milking goats. Not really.
I forgot what we talked about. Did you have an answer?
Yeah, I have an answer.
Has anybody gotten it?
Nope. Watching Brad do the buttermilk dance. Nice.
That's funny.
Thanks, Dave. That was awesome.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. Getting out on the ATVs. I do like that.
Has anybody gotten it? Give them a hint.
Has something to do with this.
Oh, I know now. And Catherine, this is also up your neck of the woods.
Yes, it is up in your neck of the woods. Yes.
That is too funny. You're gonna have to tell. They're never gonna guess it.
No,
they're never gonna guess it.
No, it's something that we have said a long time ago. Okay, I know. I was just reading the comments. Okay, so my guilty pleasure is watching British murder mysteries
on the iPad.
On Netflix. Yeah.
What's the one that you've been watching that had really good actors in it? The
Father Brown is what I'm watching right now, and he is, what's his name in Harry Potter? He's the dad, the Weasley dad, Mr. Weasley.
Yeah, Mr. Weasley.
Yeah, he's what is his name? Mark Williams, I think.
We'll call him John Williams. He's a really great music writer.
No, but he's a priest and
not in real life.
No, not in real life, but on the show, and it's set in the 50s, the early 50s, and it's clean. It's, he quotes scripture all the time, which is awesome.
Catherine is asking, have you tried Midsummer Murder?
Yes, I've watched all 19 seasons.
Twice.
Not yet, no.
In succession.
No, not yet, twice.
Non-stop.
I can't wait for season 20 to come on.
She grabs a big gulp and a bowl of pretzels, and then she comes out of the room hairy after 3 days.
No, stop. No, I like Call the Midwife. What was the other one I watched?
I don't know. All of them?
All of them. I have it. What stinks is there's not enough of them. Not enough that are clean. And, it just drives me. And I don't like the American ones. Because they're filthy.
Yeah.
It's just, so.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, Mama, your next question is this one. You're gonna have to. Okay, ESP. You're gonna fill in the blank for Christa with this one right here. So go ahead.
Okay. Blank is my favorite thing about spring.
Repeat it again.
Blank is my favorite thing about spring.
So, what is your favorite thing about spring?
Everybody's giving me different TV shows.
Flowers,
Most of them
snow,
you've seen, too.
Yeah, I know.
gardening, warm weather,
Mm-hmm.
gardening, green grass, sunshine, fresh eggs, flowers, planting, gardening, Inspector Morse. I think that's a British show.
Good Lord.
30 acres,
Mud.
planting. Yeah, pesky snow gone.
Yeah.
So we actually didn't talk about that one. So
No. Well, all of these things, yes, are things that go along with spring, and I like them all. However, it is the new life that comes with spring, the fresh green, the light green grass that starts to grow, and when the leaves start coming in on the trees, that is my favorite. It's just that new life coming to the, to all of the dead that's around, even though it's not dead, it's dormant, but just it looks all dead, and when it comes back to life is amazing to me.
amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So last question of the evening, and don't forget, we're going to jump on over to the Weekend Homestead channel when we're done. And I believe Will has some kind of costume that he's going to be wearing today. And one of the things that makes his show a lot of fun is that we have keywords or secret words. And whenever he mentions a specific word, you're supposed to give some kind of joke in response. So you'll type a joke in. And the word today for Will is homestead. So anytime he mentions the word homestead, you got to chalk a joke in there. They got to be clean, but they got to be a joke.
Right.
Okay, so last one. Read my mind, okay, guys? And mine says, when life gets tough, I am generally blank. When life gets tough, I am generally blank. What am I generally? Let's see what you think. Tougher, says Rhonda. Crying, says Jess. Goofy.
Yes, definitely.
Tougher, oops. On the
On the
couch.
couch.
Barn dancing.
No, that's the barn phase.
Solid rock. A punching bag.
Nice.
Goofy, jolly. Griswold, mad, cranky. Tougher than snails.
Pumping water.
Pumping water, yeah. Jolly, joking. Okay, hiding, making a joke. Okay, sleeping. Okay, you guys have great answers here, but the truth is that when things get rough and tough for me, I usually make jokes.
Yes. Yeah. When we're watching a movie and there's, some emotional thing, he makes a joke.
Yeah, or if it's something that, you just don't want to,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies. You guys take your pick. I mean, one of the hardest movies I've ever had to watch through was, Schindler's List.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
So
Amistad is for that for me.
Yeah.
The Amistad is that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, passion, those things that you're just. I don't joke during that,
Yeah.
but in real life, I'll be like, "Hey, let's do something," and
Yeah.
But anyway, so there's that. Now, why am I actually specifically picked this question for the last question of the evening, and we're going to go over to Will's place, the Weekend Homestead. And don't forget, the secret word is homestead.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this, because we've had a doozy of a week.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's just stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we made a video earlier this week talking about that these are just this is not big apples. This is, we're not talking about our family and our friends getting in hospital or horrible things happening to people. These are just things that you deal with. And we talked about the fact that these are all temporary things.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me really think. I kind of started to drill down in my mind. Why is it that these things kind of slide off our back? And we shared. And I got to thinking, I was like, there's no way to tell this story without telling you guys a little bit about our faith. And so if you're not into that, I'm going to switch gears for just like 2 minutes, but I promise if you stick around, you'll probably be blessed. Because we don't cram it down anybody's throat. But you might hear something tonight that I think that will blow you away. Here's the thing. You specifically, the person that's on the other end of this internet connection, you are one of a kind, period. End of story, exclamation point. There will never, ever, ever be another copy. There will be never, ever, ever another person like you. You are unique to all of history. End of story. The God who made the heavens and the earth, who hung the stars in the sky, he knows your name, and he knows you and loves you so much that he himself came down here after we messed everything up so that he could have a relationship with you. You are special. You are one of a kind. You will never, ever, ever be copied. And the God that did all of this, think about the creation. Think about trees and grass and animals and the oceans and the vastness of space and all of those things. And he said, you are mine. I made you specifically the way I did because I love you. And that will blow your brain. And so when we think about all this stuff that we deal with, it's temporary. It's all temporary. The God who made everything knows me, and this is where it's going to blow your mind. And he knows all the crap I've done and do and still do today. And yet he's made a way for me to be in communion with him. He took all of those roadblocks and just said, you're mine and I love you. And there's nothing you're going to do about it. You can say I don't exist. You can try to make up scientific blah, 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 making yourself feel better about the fact that you don't want to deal with it. But the reality is this. You're mine and I love you. And so that's the message I wanted to bring you guys tonight. So chew on that. Nobody's going to beat you over the head with anything. Just think about it. And if you're really questioning, if you're like, hey, I'm not sure I believe this, there's nothing wrong with doubt. Ask him.
Yeah.
You can even do it like, hey, are you for real? He's a Father God who loves you so much. Do you think that he's going to shove you away? Anyway, I hope that's an encouragement to you guys. It's an encouragement to me. So we're going to say a real quick prayer, and then we're going to call it a night, and we're going to jump on over to the weekend homestead. And honestly, hope you guys have a blessed day, evening, and week. So, real quick. Father God, thank you so much for the way you love us. I ask that you would pour out your love into all these people. Encourage them. Let them know that you're here for them. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All
right, kids. We're going to call it a night. We'll see you over there at Will's place. Don't forget the secret word, password.
It's Homestead.
Homestead. Have a great night.
Good night. Hey, Claire.
Claire, you got to do the thing.
The
Usually I go
laser
click,
stuff.
click, click, click.
Right.
So, good night, kids.
Good night.
Goodbye. Bye, Bunny. I don't know.
Bye, buddy.
Hope you find your dad.